Hey, welcome to Gabriela with 1L. I am your host, Gab, and this is gonna be my podcast. Thank you for joining me today, everyone who is listening. I really appreciate it. This is just another way for me to express myself, because currently I thought, I'm not doing a lot of creative things, and I really enjoy doing different things. I am actually a graphic designer, and I don't know, it's just really enjoyable for me to create different things, and I have been feeling very stuck, so I thought, yeah, why not? I'll give it a go, And yeah, apologies in advance. There you go. So that's my English. This is because English is not my first language, as you can tell. And you will think, Gabriela, why did you decide to have your podcast in English if that's not your first language? Well, it is because I want to practice, and as well as that, I thought about doing it in Spanish, but then I thought, you know what? It's easier for people who is back in my country, which I am from Mexico. So it's easier for them to understand these in English, because there's a lot of English speakers in Mexico, and there's not a lot of Spanish speakers in England. So this is why I am doing it in English. Sometimes I say things wrong. I have an accent, which I'm very proud of. So I hope you like it. I mean, it's just me having a rant sometimes and talking about things I like, things I don't like so much, things I enjoy. Probably I'm going to be telling stories about once in a while about what I have been going through living in another country, and things that you experience as a foreign person, which is not nice sometimes. It can be very challenging and difficult, but you go for it and you get over it and you live. So this is going to be a lot of my heart opening to a lot of people, hopefully a lot of people, and hopefully I can help some other people and give them hope, because it's not easy to just leave everything behind you, your family, your friends, the food. Oh my God, the food. But it is what it is. I mean, I am in England because I found the love of my life and he is English. That's why I'm here. So totally worth it. If I recommend it, yes, I totally do. It is worth it. And so yeah, it's gonna be probably enjoyable for some and not so much for other people. So I am just gonna invite you to stay tuned and keep following what I say. Sometimes it's gonna be fun. So I hope you enjoy with me. This is not gonna be as fluent as I wish, probably, but this is my first time doing it, and it is quite funny. I mean, I'm not used to using a microphone and listening to myself. See, that's my English again. But hey ho, how English people say. So another reason why I don't do this in Spanish at the moment is because I don't want my mom to hear what I'm gonna be saying. I'll be probably saying really embarrassing and not really good things I've done in the past. Now I'm just joking. But I used to write, just so you know, I used to write diaries in English. Probably really, really bad English. I actually remember now, and it's just it would have been very cringy reading through them again. But it was like that back in the day for me when I was a teenager, because my mom used to go for my things and read things, so I used to write my diaries in English so my mom wouldn't understand a word. Hi mom. Love you. She's probably not listening to this. Obviously she's not, but I do love my mom and I miss her so much. Also, talking about speaking another language and my beginnings of talking in English. I failed English at school so bad, so many times. So no wonder why you will be like, oh, why is she saying that? Or why did she say it like that? Because I fail English. But guess what? I don't care. Because now I'm living in England. Who knows how or why? But here I am. Now, I honestly have no idea how I ended up here. Because sometimes I don't even know how I can speak another language. I know it might sound really silly for some people, but sometimes you're like, how am I processing that information in my head? How am I understanding this person talking to me in a language that I had no idea? And accents, ooh, don't get me started. Honestly, it has been so difficult for me. I remember the first time I came to England to see my boyfriend back in those days, in 2011 I think it was. So my English wasn't great. It's still not amazing, I know that. I'm aware of it, but it was even worse than what it is right now. So I remember I came to England. I had a walk as soon as I got enough rest when I arrived, and I remember seeing this friend of my boyfriend, and he started speaking. I was just like, what the hell is he saying? Honestly, I had no idea. And he had a funny accent. He had a really high-pitched tone of voice, or whatever you want to call it. It was weird, very weird. And I was just like, I don't even know. I don't speak English. So, no, I can only understand Ryan. That's my husband's name, by the way. And it was really funny because we used to go to shops and people used to like talk to me, and I used to go and turn saying and looking at my boyfriend saying like, what are they saying? And funny enough, he used to repeat what they say, but I used to understand him and not the person who was talking to me. That's how weird my English was back then. And also I remember, sorry Ryan's family, whoever is listening to, it's not because I was rude, but I remember people from his family speaking to me, and I was just like, yeah. I didn't understand a clue. I'm really sorry. And I had to say yes for everything, just jeopardizing anything what they were gonna say, like jeopardizing my integrity. Probably I say yes to a lot of things I shouldn't be saying yes to, but yeah, that's how it happened. I don't know, I kind of related this as being a baby. I don't know how, but I felt such a massive baby being in this country for the first time, because I didn't understand a lot of things and I didn't have a clue how things work in England. So it was quite a shock, I'm not gonna lie. So for me, being in Mexico my whole life and coming to England for the first time was a massive shock, because you create your own ideas and expectations about somewhere that you've never been in. So yeah, it was basically very different to what I was expecting, probably. And yeah, to realize I didn't even speak English, that was really sad. I was aware, kind of, but it was worse than I knew. Not to mention that when I was around 7 years old, I had a teacher. Well, actually, it was the director of that school I went to. It was, I'm not going to say the name. But I remember my mom got a call from the director, and we were sat in her office, and my mom got told. This breaks my heart. I can't imagine how my mom felt. But I remember the director of that school told my mom, like, yeah, and you need to put your kid in another school where they don't speak in English, because there's no chance that she's gonna pass this year staying here. Because my parents didn't speak in English. They know basic stuff, obviously, but it's not like fluent or anything like that. And yeah, it was quite sad. So I had to move to another school where I was previously, which it was all girls, religious school, yeah, Catholic. Yeah, I know, right? And it was easier, I guess, because my mom didn't have to help me a lot with homework in a language that she didn't understand. And there was a lot of things going on back then, and I didn't know about, because how naive and innocent I was, I guess. But teachers were mean AF. So easy, right? Instead of telling, okay, I'm just gonna teach like, I don't know, extra hours to your kids so she will be able to understand a little bit more of that language. No, you need to like take her to another school where she don't struggle. Bad education. But at the end it turned out well, because I moved back to the other school, to the Catholic one. And then I think it was probably like in 6th grade, 5th grade, I started looking up to what my brother and sister used to listening like for music. And everything was in English, most of it. So I felt very bad because I used to sing songs that I didn't even know how to pronounce things. I didn't even know the meaning of those lyrics. So that got me into the curiosity to, I don't know, translate or find a way to know what I was trying to sing about, I guess. So that got me into that path of learning English. And I remember I had lessons, like English lessons, and it was really good because I learned a lot of things extra that I needed. But also I got so curious about lyrics that I was trying to sing that I remember I used to spend a lot of time translating lyrics. That was really funny. It was so much fun as well because it is quite, I don't know, it is quite funny when you realize what someone is saying and you probably have a different type of idea of what that song will be saying about, or it is weird. I recommend you that if you ever want to learn a different language, you should just jump into the translation. Not Google though, please don't do that because it can be wrong a lot of the times depending on what you want to translate. But yeah, most of the time it's not what it actually says in there. So just get a real translator or get someone who speaks the language you're interested in to translate for you. And so after I finished in that all-girls Catholic school, I remember I went to another school which was Catholic as well, and it was a fucking nightmare. Honestly, it was really bad. They used to put you outside the classroom with a lot of sun in your eyes and in your face because, yeah, Mexico. So we used to hold books in both arms, like in your hands, facing up the sky. And this is ridiculous. I had to stand up holding books with sun in my eyes and in my face for over 30 minutes. I couldn't feel my arms. What kind of punishment was that? I was just talking in class sometimes, and that happened a few times as well. So weird. That school was not okay. It was a nightmare for me. Anyways, I've never been really good at school, to be honest. Never been good at having good grades and stuff like that. But I found my way. I'm alive. And yeah, after I finished with that school, which English wasn't good either there, I started being more curious, even more, right? More and more curious about knowing what those lyrics means and the bands I used to translate the songs from. And this has started to change because back then, yes, my beginning of being into music is very embarrassing. I'm not even going to mention it here because it is very cringy and embarrassing. Even though it would have been normal for my age back in that day, but I'm not gonna say what I used to like. I'm gonna leave you with that. But the other type of music that I'm not too embarrassed about or embarrassed at all, my first band that I got very into it was Green Day. So that's how I started to be into learning English, because I wanted to say what Billy Joe Armstrong had to say to the world. But the very first song that I learned in English, and this is probably gonna be unknown by a lot of people, I remember my brother used to have a really grungy taste in music, So I thought he was the coolest person in the world, to be honest with you. So I used to think like, oh, why is he listening? So one day I watched a video and I thought the guy from that video was so good looking, and I used to like watching that video because of it. And then I got even more curious about what those lyrics meant. The band was I can't remember the name now. Right, I had to pause it and Google it, basically. So the name of the band was Days of the New, and the video was just like, it haunted me, because that's the thing that videos used to do to me back in the day, when I used to know nothing about a lot of things. So I used to think, oh, those people look really cool and very, I don't know, very grungy and dirty, and I don't know, it was really funny. And now I had to go to YouTube and look for that video because it was really cool. The name of the song was Touch, Peel and Stand. And I remember just watching that video thinking, oh my god, this is so weird, because I've never seen anything like that. I was quite dorky when I was younger and nerdy, but not kind of like intelligent nerdy, just a bit embarrassing nerdy, you know? I hope you know what I mean. Because I never got good grades, as I said. But yeah, I had a lot of fun translating lyrics, trying to learn English my own way. And this is how it what it led me here. That's why I am here talking to you in English, and you can kind of understanding me, which I think is hilarious and funny and amazing at the same time. Yeah, all that at the same time. Sometimes I don't understand a lot of people still, but I'm trying my best to improve as well. This is why I'm talking to you in this podcast as well. So anyone who thinks my English is really bad, remember, it used to be worse. But I'm gonna be improving, I promise, so you can understand me more and more. I'm just joking. I know you surely understand me, but it can improve. I already know that. So, well, I guess this is the end of the podcast, and I hope you enjoy this time listening to what I have to say to you. The point of this as well is just give some support for people who might be in the situation I was in some point when I moved to England from Mexico, and it's just purely for fun. Don't expect too much, okay? Thank you for joining me this week, and I will be back next week with more information about music. Next episode, I'm gonna talk to you about music, and you will discover a little bit more of my taste of music and different things I used to like back in my teenage years. That's gonna be funny. Email for life. Right. Thank you for listening. Take care, everyone. Peace out.